Hi, I'm Damari Gurry. You're watching Reggae Boyz commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boyz commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore, and you're watching Reggae Boyz commentary.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing? My name is Simon Preston. Welcome back to Reggae Boyz commentary. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related, the national men's team, women's team, everything related to Jamaican football. This is your one place to come to for everything Jamaican football. We're going to continue along the lines as we always had: accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. So we continue this evening with some information that we'd like to share with you guys, and we can break this down and we'll be able to answer the question that you see in the title of this video. So that is something that we can look out for in particular, and then we can be able to press on forward from there. How does that sound? Does that sound good for everybody? Well, I hope everybody is all right with that. So just a gentle reminder to hit the like button, and after hitting the like button to go ahead and hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boyz commentary as well. All right, guys, we're very close to 20,000 subscribers. Help us achieve it in this calendar year. All right. John Powell says, up Simon, up John. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. So let's get right into this video. Okay. So when you are looking at on your screen right now, it's a 3D, well, it's a virtual demonstration of what the National Stadium currently looks like in Kingston. And everybody would have been aware of the comments made by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, quite recently, and also Minister of Sport, Olivia Grange. Now, 7 months ago, both of them were interviewed and they spoke about plans for the redevelopment of the National Stadium. Now, firstly, I'm going to touch on what the Prime Minister, Mr. Holness has said, and then I'll go into what Minister Grange has said so that everybody's aware and on the same page. Now, firstly, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Holness, said that plans will commence in 2025. It's a process and you have different stages to it. So in terms of the architectural element of things, that element is complete. The next part that it is at right now is with the Ministry of Finance to approve the budget to commence the redevelopment of the National Stadium. And that is what 2024 is all about. The Ministry of Finance being able to approve the budget for the different aspects that needs to be enhanced at the National Stadium. And that 2025, that's when the ball would get rolling in terms of the actual renovation. Now, in relation to a specific day or month, in 2025, that is still something to be ironed out, but we'll get to that quite shortly. What did Minister Grange say? Well, Minister Grange, when she was interviewed as well, reiterated what the Prime Minister said about the Finance Ministry, but she went on to say and give details of what the renovation would look like. So she spoke about a museum that would be at the National Stadium. And of course, this is a monetization scheme. This is an opportunity for us to earn revenue, because this will now attract tourists to another aspect in Kingston where persons can come to a museum and we are highlighted. We can be able to see the different statues, pictures, photographs, artifacts of our sporting greats that have represented us over the past century, to be quite frank with you. So that is what will be done. There is going to be a museum. And she spoke about having the statues being stretched from the Bob Marley statue all the way into the Independence Park Limited itself. All right. So that is one thing that's going to be impacted in the grand scheme of things. All right. So that's what we can look out for, so that everybody is aware. So good. We have that sorted in relation to, one aspect that the minister spoke about. Okay. Now, let's progress on. Now, in relation to the facility now, the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, spoke about creating a facility that is up to the modern standard that is today in the 21st century, in 2024, a standard of that nature that can be able to hold even larger in support. So right now, you could sandwich in easily 35,000 spectators. Through the renovation process, I'm sure you can be able to get an additional 5,000 to 10,000 more within the stands. What does this renovation help us to be able to do? Well, it means that Jamaica will now be more competitive and also more attractive to host international sporting events, whether that might be in track and field in the IAAF, well, not IAAF, but World Athletics Relays, the World Athletics Championships, World Under-20 Championships, the Central American Games, the Caribbean Games, the Pan American Games, the Commonwealth Games. Jamaica itself becomes more competitive after the renovation, more competitive in terms of hosting. Big up, Siobhan Peart. Hope you are doing well, man. Hope you are doing good. Yep. So that is what I would say. All right. Yeah, big up, Shaban. We'll speak soon, man. We'll speak soon after the video, man. All right. Now, 2025 is what we discussed, all right? What is happening in the calendar year of 2025 for Jamaica? Well, Siobhan Peart says, I await the renovation blueprint for the National Stadium. Yes, Siobhan Peart, the Minister of Sport, Olivia Babs-Agreed, since the architectural designs have been approved. So the stage that it is at right now is with the Ministry of Finance. So 2023, the architectural designs were approved. 2024, this calendar year, is where it goes to the Ministry of Finance for approval. 2024 is the calendar year where it goes to the Ministry of Finance for approval, and 2025 is when things get kickstarted in terms of the actual renovation and building and, updating things that need to be updated. All right, so the architectural work is done, and right now it is gone to the element of the Ministry of Finance. Now, in relation to our national team, let's start with the senior Reggae Boyz. What are the FIFA windows like in the calendar year of 2025? Well, you have March 17 to 25 in 2025, but that window in itself will be the Nations League period, so it won't be in Jamaica. June 2025, Jamaica will have matches. Yes, that is right, as Jamaica will have World Cup qualifiers in that calendar year in particular. The Reggae Boyz of Jamaica will face Guatemala in their final game of round 2 of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers on Tuesday, June 10, 2025. Again, Tuesday, June 10, 2025, Jamaica will play in the World Cup qualifiers. After those qualifiers, you have the CONCACAF Gold Cup that will take centerfold. But here's where I get to the critical part of this video that I'm discussing right now. September 2025, October 2025, and November 2025 are crucial. And why is September, October, and November 2025 so crucial? Because it is the time frame for the final round of World Cup qualifying. Yep, that is right. The final round of World Cup qualifying. Jamaica in a final round, all being well. Once we can do the business, keep up the hard work. In the third round, you'll have 6 matches, 3 home and 3 away, which means that you're going to have 1 home match in September, 1 home match in October, and 1 home match in November. All right. So now that we have that sorted, let us go right to where we are discussing now. This is the final round. September, October, and November 2025. It's going to be the most crucial time frame of Jamaica's football. It's going to be the most critical time of Jamaican football. It's going to be the most important time of Jamaican football. Why September to November 2025 is the most important time for Jamaican football? Because that time frame will determine if Jamaica is going to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, if Jamaica is going to head to an intercontinental playoff, or if eyes will be turning towards 2030. So that is why this calendar year, rather 2025, the latter part of 2025, is extremely critical, and why the national stadium would need to be available for our national team to be able to take the field for these important games that lie ahead. All right, that's September, October, and November 2025. So that people are aware, in relation to the intercontinental playoffs, that's going to be March 23 to 31, 2026. And that will be played in one of the host venues, one of Mexico, USA, or Canada. The intercontinental playoffs is not going to be home and away like it used to be. It's going to be in the actual area where the World Cup will be. So the intercontinental playoffs have changed for FIFA World Cup qualification. It is now a process where you're playing that intercontinental playoff at the actual where the World Cup will be played as well. And it also gives a vibe for teams that are involved in the playoffs, a feel of what the World Cup will be like if they're able to qualify as well. So that is something that everybody can be mindful about and aware about. So let's factor this in again for 2025. March, it's a time frame where you're going to have the Nations League in the United States, right? So what are Jamaica's matches in 2025? That's the Reggae Boyz in particular. June 2025, September 2025, October 2025, and November 2025. Not only that, but next year, June, will also be the start of the FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers. Yes, that is right. Next year, we'll kickstart things in the World Cup qualifiers for women, as they are expected to get the ball rolling in June as well for those qualifiers. So 4 months for the year, right? And also in terms of Women's World Cup qualifying later this in the calendar year, October and November are also earmarked windows for World Cup qualifying for women. So in the grand scheme of things, June, September, October, November. So that is 4 months out of the year where our national teams, our senior national teams, are going to be active. 4 months out of the year where our senior national teams are going to be active. So in relation to when the work gets going at Independence Park at the National Stadium, when work gets going, there has to be great communication, great collaboration between the different sporting disciplines, not just football, but the Jamaica Athletics Association as well, because the National Stadium is also going to be needed as well for ISA Champs, trials as well, and who knows, perhaps even a Carifta Games. So that is why it's extremely critical that all stakeholders have this conversation, say, okay, sporting disciplines that utilize the National Stadium. There's no events at the National Stadium in January, February, December. Before we touch the pitch and the track, can we look at particular the situation of utilizing, fixing the museum first before we talk about the pitch. Some things that we can think about. The Athletics Association will say, well, we normally have all comers meet and Grace Jackson meet at the National Stadium. Okay, can we take it to Stadium East? Or can we take it to GC Foster College? Now it's the time where persons in the athletics industry will be thinking about those other things as well. GC Foster College, National Stadium East. What about the Montego Bay Sports Complex as well? Montego Bay people love sports. Love sports. Wayne Swire, I'm going to answer your question quite shortly. Okay. Eddie, yes, you're right in terms of Grand Gala, which has been at the National Stadium. But there needs to be a conversation about that as well. Can persons in Montego Bay being able to take advantage of that as well? Well, that's something that we can have to speak about as well. Siobhan Graham says, respect the work, bro. Know you're a part of this improvement. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, honestly. I'll keep doing my best. If they communicate and plan properly, we can work around the renovations. I understand what you're saying, Eddie. It's important that dates are clear, right? So June 7, 2025, Jamaica is a crucial World Cup qualifier against Guatemala. So when we start the renovation process, can we start internally first? And I'm talking about the museum, the changing rooms, hospitality / press conference and photography room, before we talk about augmenting the stands, improving the capacity. So those are things that we can think about when there is that constant activity. Champs, Reggae Boyz matches, Reggae Girls matches, development meet, trials. You understand what I'm saying here? Because all of this is important. Extremely important. You look at this picture now, and as I say, the changing rooms, you could say the museum, because that means revenue coming into Jamaica. And that in itself is a good thing. Wouldn't you agree? Well, absolutely. You'd have to say that is a good thing. A very positive thing to make keen and special note about. So that's why it's extremely important for this to be discussed. So to answer the question, how does the National Stadium renovation impact the Reggae Boyz? Well, the reality of the situation is that once the renovation is done outside of the FIFA window, there won't be any challenges or hurdles. If there's renovation being done during the FIFA window, and it's a scenario where work is being done to the museum, cool, or to different sectors internally, then everything will fall into place quite smoothly. Because the renovation work, it's going to take time. It's not going to be done in 2 weeks and bam, we're done. A renovation process can take in excess of a year. It can. It certainly can. And that is why there has to be a degree of patience as well in all of this. So the Prime Minister has stated 2025 will get the ball rolling. The Minister of Sport has said the element of the architectural designs have been approved, and now it's going to the Ministry of Finance to open the coffers to be able to start in 2025. So it's a step-by-step process. Remember, this was supposed to start maybe 2019, 2020, but COVID came into the picture, right? So now, by having this renovation, what will this mean for Jamaica? What will the National Stadium look like 2026? Well, naturally, it's going to look like a much, much better facility. But what will it mean for Jamaica, though? To be truthful with you all, it is going to be a splendid, splendid site, an immaculate stadium. And it only means that Jamaica is going to become a more attractive, competitive, strong nation to bid to host for international tournaments across different sporting disciplines. And that is a fact. Track and field, Jamaica can host a World Relays. Jamaica can host a World Athletics Championships. Jamaica can host a Pan American Games, perhaps, or Central American Caribbean Games. Football, Jamaica can host CONCACAF Under 17 or Under 20 Championships. We saw in 2019 that Jamaica were able to host 2 matches in the Gold Cup, Curacao against El Salvador and Jamaica against Honduras. I do believe we have the ability to do the same once more in the future for CONCACAF Gold Cups. So certainly we have the ability to do that. And on the 17 World Cup, we have a little bit of work to do, but in time, I genuinely believe that we can host an under 17 World Cup. We have 2 international airports on the island, right? And there's a clear passage to get to those 2 airports as well. You understand what I'm saying? You're in Kingston, you want to go to Donald Sangster International Airport. You jump on the highway, and in 45 minutes, you're in St. Anne. You drive another hour and change, and bam, you're in Montego Bay. So you understand exactly where I'm heading with what I've just said a while ago. Yes, Eddie, in 2020, we did speak about in 2020 about the renovation elements. But as you know, that was a year where we had the breakout of the pandemic. And certainly as a result of this, many projects were frozen just for the time frame because of the priority of we needing vaccines, we needing to focus our priority on making sure our Jamaicans are safe. So I can understand that, and I don't have any qualms about it. During that time of COVID, that was a priority, and the priority was dealt with in that manner. So no issues about that. Yeah, you're right, Manovola, because in Boscobel, in St. Mary, you do have flights from Miami straight there now. So you're right. You're absolutely right. 100% right there. You know what I'm saying? And I know you can also factor in Ian Fleming International Airport as well. I suppose that can work as well, and I'll explain why. Let's say France qualifies for the Under 17 World Cup in Jamaica. They play their first game in Kingston, and they play their second game now at Draxhall. They could take the plane from Ian Fleming and head to Boscobel, and then a short drive over to Ocho Rios. You know what I'm saying? So I understand exactly where you're heading with her. So yeah, Ian Fleming can go to Miami on American Eagle, and you have Inter-Caribbean Airlines that goes to the Turks and Caicos Islands as well. So I get you. I get you. Ian Fleming is an international one. Montego Bay, Kingston. In terms of the domestic airports, you do have a few domestic ones, and I do think that they are really, really capable ones. So you have Negril Airdrome, and Negril Airdrome can take you to Miami. Not Miami, sorry. Negril Airdrome can take you to Montego Bay. Maybe a 10-minute flight at the Negril Airdrome. You have the Ken Jones Airdrome as well, which is located in Port Antonio. And of course, Tinson Pen. Tinson Pen is in Kingston, located on Marcus Garvey Drive. So, yeah. Yeah, I fully get you. Ian Fleming International Airport. Yeah. Imagine you can go from Miami and you can go straight into St. Anne, well, Boscobel. So yeah, that's interesting. Very, very interesting. Trelawney needs fixing. Well, Eddie, I'm not sure the plans for Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium, because when you factor in the Jamaica Cricket Association being involved, we'll see. But as I was saying, in relation to the national stadium, it's more than just football and track and field disciplines that can be hosted here. You can even have lacrosse tournaments at the national stadium as well. It's grass, studs like you would use in football, and It can work. You're correct, Junior Samuels. Ian Fleming. The True Culture. The National Stadium is owned by Independence Park Limited. And Independence Park Limited is, they get grants from the government of Jamaica. Yeah. So that is right. Which is the government in a sense. Independence Park Limited. Well, Independence Park Limited is a government entity. It's a government-owned company incorporated in 2001 with responsibility for carrying out on the business of operation, promoters, and managers of the sporting and recreational facilities. Sir W1 says greetings from the capital of casual. Hey, how you doing, man? Yes, Abs, how you doing, man? Long time to see you, know. Long time. But I hear you're a father now. You're a father now. Congratulations. Tell me what fatherhood is like, because I don't know what it's like. So tell me what it's like being a father. Do you feel like you sleep less? Do you feel like your life has changed being a dad? But yeah. But yes, that is the situation, folks. The Prime Minister of Jamaica says 2025 the ball will get off the ground, and the Minister of Sport has said that the architectural drawings and designs have gone to the Ministry of Finance now for the approval itself. So I'm pleased, and I'm looking forward to what lies ahead. And I know that you guys will also be quite excited about this project in particular. So, in terms of those flights, folks, the Ian Fleming International Airport, I know you guys were talking about. There's two flights a week from Miami to Ocho Rios. So you have a flight that goes from Miami to Ocho Rios on Wednesdays and also on Saturdays, I believe. So that flight is 10 a.m. and you land in Jamaica 11:07 thereabouts. So yeah, Miami to Ocho Rios, non-stop flight. 1 hour 57 minutes. That's the duration of that flight. You know what I'm saying? And it's American Airlines that goes on that route. All right. Yeah, American Airlines. And generally speaking, it's on time and persons are happy. Persons are happy about it. And you also have flights in the other direction as well. You have flights on Wednesday and Saturday as well. 11:55 a.m. from Ocho Rios going to Miami, and also on Saturdays as well. And you have Ian Fleming that goes to Provo as well in the Turks and Caicos Islands. IS Up says, it's a blessing. I hope you get to experience it one day, my friend. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I genuinely believe, IS Abs, that nothing happens before its time. That's how I genuinely feel. So when God blesses me with that special young lady, I'll be excited about it. So, but nothing happens before its time. Sir W1 says, soon we'll be able to fly from Negril to Miami and any parts of the world for that matter. An international airport is coming to Negril pretty soon. Interesting. It's convenient as well when you think about it, Kingston, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios. Yeah, I think it's convenient. I like it. You think of it non-stop routes are saves time, saves energy, saves strength. So like for example, once upon a time, if somebody wanted to go to Germany, they would perhaps have to go Kingston, London, London, Frankfurt, or Kingston, New York, New York, Frankfurt. But now you can go from Montego Bay straight to Frankfurt. If somebody wants to go to Calgary in Canada, they can go from Montego Bay straight to Calgary, 7 hours flight. You know what I'm saying? And not like me that, back in the day, you go Kingston, Toronto, Toronto, Calgary, you know? So you have that as well. You have non-stop flights from Montego Bay now to Charlotte. You have non-stop flights to Atlanta, just like Kingston as well. You have non-stop flights from Montego Bay to Houston. You have non-stop flights as well that go New York, Newark, New Jersey. You also have non-stop flights to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando. You also have non-stop flights that go to Brussels, Amsterdam, and guess what? You even have a non-stop flight from Montego Bay to Milan. So think about it. Trevante Stewart, during the end of the season, comes back to Jamaica and enjoys his summer holidays. At the end of the season, his holiday period, he has to report to preseason training for Salernitana, right? He, instead of leaving from the Kingston airport and going from Kingston, Miami, New York, LA, go to London, Milan, he can go to the Donald Sangster International Airport, and Donald Sangster straight to Milan. Shoop, one shot. Donald Sangster International Airport to Milan, one flight. You understand what I'm saying? And by the way, when you're talking about the distance, Milan to Salerno in particular, right? You're talking about a time frame of 6-7 hours, but it still beats the congestion. But you could fly from Milan to Salerno. But yeah, you guys get the drift. You guys get exactly what I'm saying. Sharad Hall says, "Good evening, Mr. Preston." Good evening. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. How are things? Hope this was productive for everybody that has been watching the video the last half an hour or so. But I want to stress on those FIFA windows, how important they are, how valuable they are to Jamaica, why this is such an important time frame for us. Yeah. A lot of big events coming our way. Yep. Big game, big matches, great opportunities. Great opportunities. World Cup qualifying for women, most likely May 2025. FIFA window May 26 to June 3. So yeah, a busy time frame. Giving thanks to the Most High, Mr. Preston. Hope all is well with you. Yes, Sharad Hall, I'm doing okay, thanks. Thank you very much for checking in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Very much so. Thank you very much, man. So guys, please let me know your thoughts. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Do hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button as we continue to share more content with you guys. All right? So I encourage you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boyz commentary right This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beet and thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boyz commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boyz commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boyz commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore, and you're watching Reggae Boyz commentary.
Yes, Reggae Boyz commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boyz commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boyz commentary, subscribe, like and share. Is that the right order?
Hi, I'm Chris Binney, and I'm Jamaica's #1 squash player and 9-time Caribbean champion, and you're watching Reggae Boyz commentary. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe and share button below.